let's take you to Durban now, where one of the witnesses who testified at the Moerane Commission of Inquiry into political killings is worried about his safety. Former ANC Youth League regional official Thabiso Zulu testified in October last year. He believes there's a credible threat to his life after giving evidence about the murder of uMzimkhulu councillor Sindiso Magaqa. Zulu joins me now from our Durban studios. And Thabiso, thank you so much for coming through. So I imagine that every time you hear news of yet another political activist official killed, something strikes at your heart and your heart sinks in a way, and you consider your own circumstances. But this particular latest one from uMzimkhulu must have hit home really hard for you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Smelan. Tulas, what is happening is that many families are being affected by what is happening. I'm not only worried about my own safety, but I'm worried about the safety of many young cadres who are being taken out week in, week out, in a very similar fashion, in what you may call ruthless, cold-blooded, premeditated matters by what seems it's one group of people that are going around killing comrades. And if you notice, the modus operandi is the same. They don't take you on the road, they don't take you in malls, they don't take you in other places. They kill you in the comfort of your own home, in your own yard, in your own community, or at the gate of your own home.
Right. Thabiso, when you testified before the Moerane Commission and also when you spoke at the late Sindiso Magaqa's funeral, you did not mince your words, and you spoke directly about what you know in terms of corruption in that particular area of uMzimkhulu and other parts of the province. Since then, what has happened? What is your safety situation?
My safety and that of my comrade in arms, Comrade Les Studa, who spoke at the funeral of the late Comrade Sindiso Magaqa. Our lives have never been the same. We've been having threats left and right. We've been even getting tips from intelligence officers. At one stage, I was stopped from attending a wedding. I was phoned by intelligence officers to say they've intercepted information that I will be killed if I do attend that wedding. I had not told anyone that I will be attending a wedding. I had only told one friend of mine whom I trust with my life, and I know that it didn't tell anyone. So it tells you that some people somewhere, either way, I mean, in one way or another, they do have a way of knowing and of knowing what we are planning to do even before we do that, because they know that I will be attending the wedding. At another time, I was called at night to say I must try and keep safe because hitmen from Cliplands have left in a Golf 7 and they may be coming our way. Same thing to the Comrade Les's life. He has been threatened so many times, have survived at one stage at Kokstad. He was saved by a certain white gentleman who was passing by. Who was driving by. Even today I spoke to him, checking on him, how is his life, as we normally communicate with one another. And he was telling me that he had just received information that unknown cars have been seen by other people near his home. It's a red BMW with Free State number plates and a certain silver car with the Gauteng number plates. And this red BMW is very familiar. You'll understand that in some of the killings, this red BMW, and at times it's the white Range Rover without number plates. They are so, they are in most of the matters, these two cars are always mentioned, and it's worrying.
So what is the conversation and the status in as far as getting you some kind of protection? Because obviously, if the assessment is that there's a threat to your life, you are a known whistleblower who has spoken out about issues to do with corruption. The MEC there, Mxolisi Kaunda, speaking to my colleague Siphamandla Goge, saying that this is one of the issues they need to prioritize, that when people who are willing to come forward with information feel they're unsafe, they should be protected. Why are you not getting protection?
You are supposed to be asking Mr. Kaunda that he knows our situation. Many senior people in the government knows what we are going through. We are surviving just because there is one person. All right, there are many others who are trying to assist, whom I'm not going to mention. But there is one person that I would like to mention. The public protector, Advocate uMzimkhulu. She has been coming. She has been getting some lot of criticism lately. But in our situation, she has been very useful. If she was not there, I don't think that we will still be alive. She's the one who's trying to put pressure, who's trying to plead on our behalf, writing to different senior people. Even the threat assessments that that have been conducted on us by the SAPS Crime Intelligence and at a later stage by State Security. It was through her hard work. I can tell you now, they told us that there have been instances where I will wake her up at 12 o'clock, send her an email, and within 30 minutes she will respond and she will advise. But I feel that I've looked less in his eyes and he has looked into my eyes. And I think both of us have accepted our fate. I believe that our country have forsaken us. I really don't think that there is someone who wants to save us. I really don't think so. We have tried everything. We have spoken to quite a lot of people whom we thought were going to assist us. On the 6th of October last year, we met with former President Jacob Zuma. We explained our situation. He promised that he was going to talk to the Minister David Mahlobo, who was Minister of State Security at that time. We've spoken to quite a number of the crime intelligence people from the province, from national. We've spoken to quite a lot of senior politicians. Some of them, when they see us in political gatherings, they buy our faces, they come to us and they make all sorts of promises. Wow. I think some of these senior politicians are only waiting for us to be taken out, and they will give us a funeral rally like they normally do to some comrades. They let you out there, you get killed, they give you a funeral rally, they buy these the cheap t-shirts from China, which you wear once and they got worn out. They get a chance to profile and say all these lies that they normally say. Look, we've since accepted. I have even sat down with my own family and told them what I think and what I think is going to happen.
Thabiso, those are really powerful words, and I mean, contained in that, the indictment in as far as the political leadership that you look up to is concerned. But let me ask you a question that I asked you off air when I had a conversation with you. Why don't you walk away from it all, Thabiso? Because my understanding of your situation is that you've got a lot of information relating to various projects and various allegations of corruption that you want to be brought forward and be thoroughly investigated. One may say, if it comes at that particular cost to yourself, why don't you get a job in the Western Cape or anywhere else around the country and lay low and save your own life? What keeps you so steadfast in trying to make sure that even if it comes at a risk, you expose this corruption?
It will be a betrayal to thousands and millions of our people who are starving. Millions and thousands of our people who believe that this country can become a better country. It will be a betrayal to people like Sindiso Magaqa, Wandile Mkhize, Sbu Stole, and many others. I won't do that. There are quite a lot of people that have risked their lives and given me information. I promised that I was going to protect them when they are alive. I promised them that if anything were to happen, I will make sure that their legacy is protected and I will tell the truth. Look, when I started to fight corruption, myself and people like the Mandla Ngcobo and others, we knew that it was not going to be easy. We knew that at the end we may have to pay a price, pay the last price, sacrifice our own lives. And as on Hopotso, the Abraham Tiro once said, no struggle can come to an end without its casualties. We are prepared to be casualties. I'm not going to run away. There are international human rights organizations that are trying to assist. My own country is not willing to assist. But I'm not going to run away. I'm not going to sacrifice all the work that have been done by quite a lot of other people who give us documents from departments, give us documents from municipalities. Then at the end, I run away. It will be totally sacrifice. It will be a totally betrayal. I'm not one to betray. Sorry, this is a revolution. Sorry for inconvenience.
Sure. Thank you so much for coming through and sharing those insights with us. That is an ANC activist in KwaZulu-Natal, Thabiso Zulu, giving us his insights in as far as the political killings are concerned in that particular province, and also uttering some really powerful words about what he says is likely to be even his own fate as he wages a battle against corruption.